Ladies and gentlemen, hello, this is Debo from Land Say Go, and we have a best of one competitive list for you today for Arena. I personally am a huge fan of enchantments, and before Theros comes into the fray, I wanted to introduce you to Mardu Enchantments. Let's break it on down. We'll start with our win conditions. A playset of Outlaw's Merriment are our main win condition in this list. Being able to create a free token every turn on our upkeep with haste? That's pretty amazing. It's also a great way to stabilize against aggressive opponents, as well as providing consistent threats against our control opponents. It can ping away our opponent's X1 creatures, it can ping themselves, or heck, it can ping their planeswalkers. Not only that, but it also provides some needed life gain against burn opponents, and getting a 3-1 with haste and trample, that's pretty good too. The only caveat is that it's all random. We also have a single copy of Ethereal Absolution and a single copy of Captive Audience. Ethereal Absolution absolutely hoses our opponents playing Cavalcade Red, and is a decent answer to reanimation strategies as well, especially Oven Cat combo, by being able to exile the creature from the graveyard with its activated ability, and it stops the ability to sacrifice the cat to the Witch's Oven by killing the cat as a state-based action. Captive Audience does everything we want as well. It gives us a board full of tokens, forces our opponent to discard their hand, and then puts their life total down to 4, allowing us to swing out for the win with our zombies, as well as our other token generators and creatures. We also have some support cards that act as win conditions as well. We're running a pair of Dreadhorde Invasion. Being able to create larger and larger tokens every turn, or just a new token every turn, is a great way for us to stave off attacks from our opponents, and to then be able to swing in with an army that's at 6 power to gain a bunch of life is just great. The token also provides us a lightning rod for removal, allowing us to keep our other creatures around. That's just good all around. We are also running 3 Revenge of Ravens, and a single copy of Ill-Gotten Inheritance. Revenge of Ravens is great against aggro lists and can stave off attacks. It was originally put in the list to fight field before it was banned, but has stayed as a great stabilization tool against low to the ground aggro lists. Ill-Gotten Inheritance provides us with an option to keep pinging our control opponents every single turn. If you were to consider making this a best of 3 list, I'd consider running a full playset of Revenge of Ravens in the main, with a full playset of Ill-Gotten Inheritance and a sideboard to flip against control. We also have a huge removal suite in this deck too. We're running a full playset of Oath of Kaya and a full playset of Prison Realm. Oath of Kaya is basically a lightning helix in this deck, giving us a way to kill our opponent's planeswalkers, their creatures, or just deal them the final points of damage. Prison Realm helps us with our draw, giving us a scry trigger on ETB. It can deal with our opponent's major threats, whether it be a questing beast, a Drakuseth, or another planeswalker. We also are running 2 Final Payment, 4 Mortify, and 3 Kaya's Wrath. Though this is an enchantment list, we do need some instant speedways to deal with the board, as well as a way to just wipe the board of our opponent's threats. With all of the tokens we produce and all of the enchantments on the field, Final Payment basically becomes 2 mana, kill a creature. Mortify gives us a cheap and effective way to deal with our opponent's creatures and troublesome enchantments and enchantment removal. Kaya's Wrath is a great way for us to stabilize the board against the creature threat, but also gain back some life from our own token producers. We're also running a couple of creatures as well, a playset of Starfield Mystic, and 3 Cavalier of Dawn. Starfield Mystic is an all-star in this deck. It allows us to get down an Outlaw's Merriment as early as turn 3 and can ramp us into our bigger win conditions. Also, whenever an Oath of Kaya leaves the battlefield, or if we sack an enchantment to Final Payment, or heck, if an opponent kills an enchantment, we also get a +1/+1 counter on him, growing him even larger. Cavalier of Dawn gives us a late game ability to kill important non-lane permanents of our opponents, whether it be a planeswalker, artifact, enchantment, etc., in exchange for a 3/3 golem. We can also target one of our own enchantments to remove it from the battlefield in order to get a 3/3 golem ourselves and to buff our Starfield Mystics. We can even be super sneaky and target the Cavalier itself if we need a specific enchantment back from our graveyard back to our hand, while also maintaining a threat on the board, because we still get that 3/3. Lastly, for our mana base, we're running a full playset of Godless Shrine, Temple of Silence, and Fabled Passage. We're also running a pair of Blood Crypt, 2 Sacred Foundry, 2 Castle Locthwain, 2 Swamp, 3 Plains, and a Mountain. Well, that's the list. What do you guys think? I've loved playing this deck every chance I get. It often catches our opponents off guard, and it's a real treat to play. I've got about an 80% win rate with it, and I can't go on about it enough. Give it a try. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. And if you would, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll be talking to you again real soon.